Shonda Rhimes speaks out on the truth about why Rege Jean Page left Bridgeton. Welcome back to our channel, and as always we have some interesting news in store for you. As you may all be aware by now, Rege Jean Page has decided to discontinue his acting in the show that brought him to fame so fast. So without any further ado, let's get right to it. Story overview. Bridgeton is a show that blew up more than it had to in the year 2020. As the virus crept up into our lives, so did the Duke of Hastings. A book-turned-television show, this particular story is set in the Regency era in 1813 and revolves around the lives of the members of the Bridgeton family. The family consists of a mother, that is the Viscountess Bridgeton, and her 8 children, the sons Anthony, Benedict, Colin, Gregory, and her daughters Daphne, Eloise, Francesca, and Hyacinth. Back in the day, the purpose of being a woman was to get married, be a good wife, and reproduce. Therefore, the most important time of their year is the wedding season, where each family presents their daughters who are of age and wait for a worthy match, and once one is found, that starts a communion between the two families that flourish as time goes. Through an anonymous newsletter signed by Lady Whistledown released every other day, the entire city is given updates about the season that is for marriage. The story moves around Daphne Bridgeton, the daughter of the Viscountess Bridgeton, and her romance with the Duke of Hastings. Will Daphne Bridgeton find her match? Will the friendship between Daphne Bridgeton and the Duke of Hastings blossom into something more? Will they ever figure out who Lady Whistledown is? These are some of the questions you find yourself asking as the story progresses. Rege Jean Page's departure. Although leaving hearts broken around the world, it does not look like he's going to budge and make a change in his decision. However, we are doing what we do best, keeping you well informed about the situation and now giving you inside details as to what one of the executive producers, Shonda Rhimes, has to say about his exit. The actor Rege Jean Page, who plays the role of the Duke of Hastings, is the one whose choices we were all super excited about. Sadly, early in April, the actor himself announced that he will not be returning to the show for Season 2. This put all the viewers of this show in quite a spot, as most of the viewers claim they watched it solely because the acting and the emotions portrayed by Rege Jean Page was among the few reasons why this drama romance series blew up on its first release, that is the 25th of December 2020. After a week or two, Shonda Rhimes breaks her silence on what Rege Jean Page has just said. Turns out they were thinking in a whole different manner. According to the producers, the story will not continue concerning Daphne and Simon. They claim that the show pretty much gave the two, Duchess and Duke of Hastings, that working along the same lines of that story would only make the show look like it's holding on, but not doing well. They further go ahead to say that they have planned on focusing on the romance of the elder brother of Daphne, Viscount Anthony Bridgeton. Then there simply isn't enough room to involve the Duke of Hastings in all his glory into this newfound love that Anthony is embracing. They clear the air by letting us know that 31-year-old Rege has a contract only for the first season, and that once Daphne and the Duke have found each other, there's nothing that could go wrong. But further adding that building a story around them would also be futile. Rege also stated in one of his comments that the difference with romance novels is that the audience is well aware of the ending that will come. It is an arc, you see. It never goes any further. With all that being said, Rhimes further states that although the pandemic was devouring and everything was changing, it wasn't something they were very concerned about. They were solely concerned about the turnout of the show and it being really good. She further states that being confined to her home gave her more peace of mind and therefore more time to think. She said that they were working on factors that were clearly under their control and not one that they had no control over. The viewer reach, the interest of the public, none of that works in anybody's favour. If the show is good enough, it'll have all the reach it deserves. Rhimes goes on to talk about how Bridgeton is a long-awaited project and that coming together was a dream for a long time. They had their minds set on working on this particular series soon after the two were introduced to the book series. They had proper ideas on what to build the character on. They had a clear image of the series even before the filming had started, therefore making the entire process so much more hassle-free. Their ideas helped them mould the series into something they wanted it to be. The Bridgeton series is a long shot as compared to the other series that Rhimes has previously worked on. But this series was picked due to the immense amount of female empowerment and role that is portrayed in the book. She brought that to life through the series. She says she is grateful to have worked on it through Netflix as it allows a more close-ended tale. She claims that if it were on the network, they'd expect to drag on romance stories, introduce more conflict, problems, and other situations to drag that show out for however many seasons there are to come. Netflix has decided to renew the series for a 3rd and 4th season. However, questions did come up about the storyline that would then be built. To this, Rhimes responded that after doing series with multiple numbers episodes in one season, she has come about to understand the importance of a set. For Bridgeton, it was clear that the set was worked on with a lot of effort, and yes, it was also very expensive. To tear a set down that was done so well would be a crime in the entertainment world. Might as well use it for as long as the creativity also lasts. She said they plan on bringing the audience to a 3rd and 4th season, except with major changes in the storyline by stretching out the arc of the story as far as possible. On asking about Rege, Rhimes stated that he is a brilliant actor and that every time she had to remove actors from any of her series, she'd simply have to kill them. She said she was shocked that Rege wasn't killed. He was very much alive, but the story of Daphne and Simon had come to an end after the first season, and that there will be a new love interest on the show. She further states that she was merely following what the book had to say, because that's how she wanted this series to go, adhering to what the book says. She says her job is to find the best fit person for her roles, and that she did a splendid job finding Rege Jean Page, but it was time for him to leave so the story can take another path. She further states that her main job when working for a new series is to find men that are devastatingly attractive, just so the audience cannot get their eye off of them. They need actors that the public can become overly attached to enrage them as we move another way. And so we have to say, that's one thing that can be crossed off the list. They have most of the Bridgeton community hooked onto these actors, and removing them would be such a brawl. The public response to this was very different. Women took to Instagram and Twitter to express how they felt on hearing about the removal of the handsome Duke of Hastings. They were not so thrilled about this change. However, if this is how the series has to progress, then there's nothing that can stand in its way. The public will be able to come to terms with this change, and therefore the future of the series will still be as bright as it was when it was first launched. That was quite an emotional roller coaster. There are both pros and cons to Rege Jean Page leaving, and not all can be addressed. Although this was not done in the best interest of the people, it is a very necessary change. After breaking the hearts of many, Rege Jean Page bids adieu to the Bridgeton community that cradled him to valor. With that being said, we come to the end of the video, and like always, we did not fail to bring you the best information about anything that's going on around us. Through these trying times, keep yourselves occupied by watching series like these, and for all we know, you may be able to find comfort in shows like these. Although Rege Jean Page left Bridgeton, he left us with actions that we can never forget, the type that will always allow us to remember him even after the series moves on. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like and share this video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to our channel and stay tuned for more such stories. Goodbye.